Welcome to the 51-step marketing and sales process. In this session, you will learn a step-by-step approach to marketing and selling solutions from the initial outbound marketing activity to generate leads through the prospecting and qualification process, all the way to closing the opportunity and sending your new client an appreciation gift. The more marketing touches that you execute, the better chance you will have of doing business with your prospects. The 51-step marketing and sales strategy leverages this philosophy by layering multiple marketing and sales touches on your prospect via different and distinct activities, including a variety of direct and electronic marketing and appointment setting activities, along with face-to-face meetings. Step 1 of the 51-step marketing and sales process begins with your postcard mailing campaign. Incorporating a postcard campaign within your marketing strategy significantly increases your appointment setting success during call downs. In addition, a postcard stands a good chance of being saved, passed along, filed, or pinned to a bulletin board. You'll find that you may receive calls from prospects months after they received a postcard, having saved them until they were ready to engage with you. There's also something that registers in a recipient's brain when they hold a physical postcard. The tactile feel of a crisply designed, visually appealing, oversized piece of cardstock that delivers an effective marketing message is much more personal experience for them than scanning, reading, or deleting an email. Next, you will launch a companion email marketing campaign several days after your postcard campaign to your marketing list. The goal is to time these marketing activities in such a way as to have the email arrive the day after the postcard, generating interest and curiosity in your target audience, and building marketing momentum through these two marketing touches, setting the stage for step 3. The next step of the process is to conduct your call down campaign, to follow up on the marketing materials you have sent to your marketing list, and to attempt to set an appointment for a short, on-site meeting to discuss the pain and needs of your prospects. Step 4 of the process is getting through to the decision maker during the call down campaign. The key to successful appointment setting lies in the appointment setter's ability to engage with and befriend the gatekeeper. It is important to realize that when the warm-up with the gatekeeper is conducted properly, they can be influenced to provide important background information that can help the sales professional better prepare for the first appointment. The gatekeeper knows, for instance, who all the stakeholders are, if decisions are made by committee or by a single decision maker, and in many cases their schedule and availability. In addition, the gatekeeper can provide basic background information, such as the number of users in the environment, their infrastructure setup, and line of business applications, and any technology pain or needs they may have. This type of information may not always be easy to obtain on a single call, if at all, but may be developed over several calls, each being prefaced with the proper warm-up techniques by the appointment setter. The next step is conducting the first conversation with the decision maker. It is at this point that the appointment setter leverages their skill and expertise in building relationships with the prospects over the phone that can yield the decision maker's agreement to meet with the sales professional. The appointment setter that exhibits a solid, effective ability to warm up the prospect and make them feel comfortable during a short preliminary discussion over the phone will have the best success at influencing them to agree to a setting and keeping the appointment. It is for this reason that any scripted questions designed to qualify the decision maker for an appointment are delivered after the warm-up activity is conducted, and only then after the prospect has signaled for their agreement for the appointment setter to ask a few questions to determine if it makes sense to continue the conversation and ultimately close them on an appointment. Step 6 of the 51-step sales and marketing process is to schedule a follow-up call with the decision maker if necessary to continue the conversation and to have another opportunity to set the sales appointment. The next step in the process is to calendar the follow-up call in your CRM system, PSA solution, or marketing and sales application. Step 8 is to send the decision maker a thank you email immediately after the call, preferably a nicely designed HTML piece that reflects your organization's branding and promise. Next, you'll send the decision maker a thank you and postcard right after the HTML, providing an additional marketing touch that will keep your organization top of mind for the decision maker. At this point, you've executed 6 distinct marketing touches to your prospect and their gatekeeper. Remember, the more marketing touches you conduct with the prospect, the better chance you have and stand in developing a new business with them. Step 10 is to conduct a series of follow-up calls by the appointment setter. This can be directed towards the gatekeeper to continue to develop that warm relationship with them and uncover additional helpful information, or with the decision maker themselves in the guise of asking one question that the appointment setter forgot to ask on the initial call, or to find out if the decision maker has any questions before the next scheduled call. Another tactic is for the appointment setter to ask to be transferred indirectly to the decision maker's voicemail to leave a warm, friendly thank you for them taking the call and express how much they're looking forward to speaking with them during the next scheduled call, date, and time. This step is designed strictly to inject another series of warm personal touches into the marketing process to help strengthen the decision maker's desire to engage with your organization. Next, the follow-up call with the decision maker is conducted on the agreed upon date and time. Again, it's important that the appointment setter execute the warm-up with both the gatekeeper and the decision maker prior to guiding the conversation towards their scripted qualifying questions with the decision maker. The appointment setter's warm conversational style will be a key factor in influencing a qualified prospect to accept a short, introductory visit by the sales professional. The appointment setter has two simple goals with every decision maker: to qualify them for your products and services and set appointments with the qualified candidates for your sales professional to begin the sales process. The next step is to successfully set and calendar the appointment between the decision maker and your sales professional. Once this has been accomplished, your appointment setter has achieved a significant milestone. Step 13 of the 51-step marketing and sales process is when the appointment setter sends the decision maker a thank you HTML email message that promotes your organization's branding and promise. It also confirms the time, date, and place of the scheduled appointment between them and your sales professional. The next step is to send the decision maker an appointment confirmation postcard reflecting the date, time, and location of the meeting between them and your sales professional. At this point, you have executed 11 marketing touches with your prospect. Step 15 is to send a second HTML appointment confirmation email to the decision maker the day before their scheduled appointment with your sales professional to gently remind them of your visit and to deliver yet another influential marketing touch. Your appointment setter will next contact the decision maker the morning of the scheduled appointment via telephone to confirm their availability to meet with your sales professional at the agreed upon time and place. It is extremely important that all decision makers or stakeholders with approval power be in this and any future sales meetings. Conducting a meeting without all decision makers present is commonly referred to as a one-legger. Once they have properly prepared to meet with the prospect by reviewing all the information gathered by your appointment setter and performing online research on the prospect and their organization, step 17 is conducted by the sales professional by meeting with the decision maker. During this initial meeting, the sales professional will warm up the prospect to identify the correct approach to employ when conducting their question-based needs analysis. Through the timing and delivery of this carefully crafted questions, the sales professional will qualify the prospect for their business pains and needs and develop a strategy to position your services appropriately during follow-on visits. Step 18 of the process is to provide the prospect with supporting collateral specifically selected by the sales professional to help build confidence and trust with them to accelerate the sales velocity. The next step occurs when the sales professional meets with the prospect's office manager to collect information on vendors servicing their organization, including how much time it takes to manage them and their deliverables, as well as user downtime and business interruption data. In addition, the sales professional will collect 3 months of telephone broadband bills from them in order to have an analysis performed to determine if there is a better solution to incorporate into the proposal to meet the client's needs. This information is also incorporated into the calculation of the return on the prospect's investment in your solution. Step 20 occurs when the sales professional meets with any internal IT resource or the most technical staff that can provide them with information about the organization's infrastructure, hardware and application software, or any problem devices or services, including how much time they spend troubleshooting issues or maintaining and updating these assets themselves. This information is also incorporated into the calculation of the return on the prospect's investment in your solution. The next step in the process is to schedule the second appointment with the decision maker to deliver the sales professional's findings and present the solution proposal if appropriate. Step 22 of the sales process is to send the decision maker a thank you email immediately after the initial appointment with the sales professional to thank them again for taking the time to promote your organization's branding and promise. Next is to follow up the thank you email with a physical postcard, appreciating the prospect's time during the initial appointment with the sales professional and continuing to impress them with your organization's efficiency, timeliness, and professionalism. Step 24 is executed when the sales professional forwards their business needs analysis findings with the prospect to your sales engineer, who will review this data in preparation for solution scoping and proposal creation. Next, you will schedule one of the technical resources to visit the prospect's organization and conduct a technical assessment of their infrastructure and environment to determine its state of readiness for your solution you will propose. This technical data will include granular information on the hardware, operating systems, and application software and services in use in the environment, including age, version, patch level, and warranty state, as well as available bandwidth information. Once collected, this information is also forwarded to your sales engineer to incorporate into their analysis for solution scoping and proposal creation. The next step is to audit the prospect's telephone and broadband bills to determine if there is a better option to incorporate into the proposal to meet the client's and your proposed solution requirements. Step 27 is to enter all the data collected during the first visit with the prospect into your cost savings analysis or ROI calculator to determine how to best price your solution on the value to realize your target profit margin. Okay, next is the meeting between the sales professional, sales engineer, the technician that conducted the on-site technology assessment, and the resource to perform the telco and broadband bill analysis to review the proposal and quote for accuracy and suitability to the client's needs and the sales professional's intent to make any final adjustments necessary in order to finalize it. Step 29 occurs when the appointment setter contacts the prospect to set up the follow-up appointment for the sales professional to present their findings through a presentation with the prospect and any stakeholders. The next step occurs when the appointment setter sends the HTML appointment confirmation email to the decision maker the day before the second scheduled appointment with your sales professional to confirm the visit and deliver another marketing touch to them. The next step in the process is to contact the decision maker the morning of the scheduled appointment via telephone to confirm their availability to meet with your sales professional at the agreed upon time and place. Again, it's important that all decision makers or stakeholders with approval power be in any future meetings. Step 32 is conducting the second appointment with the prospect by the sales professional and delivering a compelling PowerPoint presentation that reflects your findings and the proposed solution to meet the client's needs. The sales professional should be prepared to answer all questions, qualify and overcome any objections, and ask for the business. Should the client be ready at that time to sign agreements, the sales professional should have them at hand and ready for authorization. The next step in the process occurs when the sales professional conducts the cost savings analysis portion of their presentation to strengthen it and accelerate the sales velocity with the prospect towards close. The next step incorporates presenting the physical proposal to the prospect and reviewing it thoroughly with them to ensure they are in complete understanding and agreement with its contents, terms, and conditions. If necessary during the presentation to the prospect, step 35 may be employed where the sales professional provides the prospect with additional supporting collateral selected specifically to help build confidence and trust in them and accelerate the close. If the prospect is not ready to be closed during the second appointment, the next step in the process will occur, which is scheduling a third appointment with the prospect to return for a decision. Step 37 is the mailing of the HTML thank you email to the prospect at the conclusion of the second appointment. The next step includes sending the prospect the customary thank you postcard, continuing to build on the professional image of your organization that you've cultivated with them thus far. Next, the decision maker is contacted the morning of the next scheduled appointment via telephone to confirm their stakeholders' availability to meet with you and your sales professional at the agreed upon time and place. Step 40 is to present or represent the proposal to the prospect. The next step is to review the agreement with the prospect thoroughly to ensure they completely understand it and answer any of their questions, clarify any concerns, and address them effectively. If the sales professional is successful at leveraging the momentum created by all the marketing sales activities conducted to this point, they can complete step 42 of the process where the prospect becomes a client by signing the agreement. The next step includes having the client complete any of the necessary financial arrangements to consummate the relationship with the sales professional. Step 44 occurs by collecting all the information about the client's existing vendors that hasn't been previously been assembled in order to begin the process of adding your organization as an authorized point of contact with them to facilitate your solution deployment or any other ongoing vendor management duties afterwards on behalf of your prospect. You will next mail the HTML thank you email to the prospect at the close of the opportunity. Step 46 of the process occurs when the sales professional sends the client a handwritten thank you card with a wet signature. The next step involves tasking your professional services team to schedule and begin the onboarding process for the client, including provisioning, training, and going live with your solution. The next step in the process includes sending your client an official welcome letter on behalf of your leadership, formally recognizing and appreciating the new relationship they have allowed you to begin with them. In many cases, this comes from the president and/or CEO of your organization or its service manager. Step 49 is to prepare the appropriate LOAs or letters of agency for each of your client's vendors and have them authorized by the client and sent to these vendors. This will provide your organization the ability to collaborate with your client's vendors during solution deployment and normal maintenance and management duties afterward, and open and manage incidents with them to resolution, including scheduling them with any needed on-site support activities. The next step is to schedule and conduct an onboarding kickoff call between the client and your service manager to set the appropriate expectations as to activities and timelines affecting forecasted provisioning, training, and go-live dates. The final step of the 51-step marketing and sales process is to send your new client a gift of appreciation and welcome. Great choices for this include baskets of cookies, brownies, cake pops, or cupcakes.